Hi friends, I'm Sunique and I've got a very special deck that's arrived. I've waited a while for this one, and it's the Zammer Twins Oracle by Patrick Valenza. So in the box I have a card here which I believe is actually the Zammer Twins themselves. Looking brilliant. This is the back of the card. It's quite big. What does that say? I don't know what that says. Looks like some sort of a secret code. Look at that eye. I really like Patrick Valenza's art. At first I was a little bit, oh, what's this? Very strange. And that was when I first had the Deviant Moon Tarot, which is quite some time ago now. But you know, it grew on me, and then I got the big guidebook that went with it. Then I got the Borderless edition. Then I got the Triomphe de la Luna, and on and on. I haven't got every one of his decks. But when this one actually came up for pre-order, I was like, yeah, gotta do it. It cost in total, which it's a lot of money. It cost, there we go. Those are the details. So yeah, this has cost a lot of money, and I don't think I'd do that again. I'm going to be honest. Obviously at the time I thought I could. Situation has actually changed, but that's by the by. It's not something I could actually do now, so this is probably the last Patrick Valenza offering I'll be able to purchase, which is an awful shame because I really do like his work. But that's the reality of living in the UK when you like decks that come from across the pond. So this will be a treasure. I will treasure this deck because, as I say, it's probably the last one I'll be able to buy from Patrick. Let's open it, shall we? I actually got this from Etsy because of being in the UK. We can't actually order from Patrick's website. Okay, let's have a little look at the deck. It's quite tall. Let's see. Or is it? Is it an illusion? Okay, so it's a little bit taller than the Rider-Waite Smith and a lot narrower. So here we must have the Zammer Twins again, I presume. This is Z. Oh, there's a PDF. Download the full colour PDF. Yeah, so I shall be doing that. So that must have the card meanings then, because there's no little white book in here. No. Okay, so the Zammer Twins. Okay, so this is the Zammer Twins again. They're very fashionable, I would say. Yes, they're very into their fashion. It sort of looks almost French, doesn't it? And I do believe, unless they've got their arms behind themselves, they're conjoined twins. Looks to be. The cardstock's nice. It's quite thin, but it's nice. Oh, here we go. Carl and Otto Zammer, 1767. So is this their carte de visite, perhaps? Okay. Yeah. We've got square edges here. Very oh, yes, they're quite sharp square edges, which I'm not keen on. I'd rather have it rounded. I mean, on this card here, we've got them rounded, so that would have been nice. Okay, let's have a look at the actual images then. So we have a drummer. Who's a skeleton figure beating a drum, announcing his arrival perhaps. These are the backs of the cards. We've got an eye, The Acrobats is card number 2, outside of a circus. Got quite a moon type aesthetic there. Perhaps all isn't as it seems. Redemption. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? She's actually emerging from a beast there, and on the beast's tail is a mask. Ooh. The Hag. Some very strange booby jewellery going on there. That is quite a motif that Patrick uses on other cards. I've seen that motif. And the little devil. Okay. Passing the little devil. Oh, this is a sun god maybe? Omniscious. It looks like a sun god, doesn't he? Celestia, I presume is the stars. The buffoon. It'd be good fun, wouldn't it, at a party? The harpy. Ooh. A mythical figure. Ooh. The butcher. And the blood's actually on the outside of the cardboard. Oh, that's quite graphic. All that blood. Oof. Tree of life. We're actually taking sustenance from the tree of life. I wonder if this is Adam and Eve. Oh dear, the doctor. Oh. What graphic. Leviathan. Don't know much about that, so I'd have to read the guidebook on the PDF. Chaos. So what do we have here? A sort of a hybrid figure and an owl blowing a trumpet. Something's on fire here. Okay. That's an interesting card. The Wound Man. Again, we've got blood coming on the outside of the borders there. Looks sort of a holy image, doesn't it? Adelina. Who is Adelina? Okay. You've got a merkin going on there. Maybe. Blumaye? I don't know. The monkfish. Oh, that is funny. Oh, that is funny. The monkfish. That is funny. Oh, and it's raining down here. Okay. Matrimony. And they're actually don't have hands. They have some sort of a... Don't even know what that is, really. We've got sun and moon motif at the top there as well. Oh, and the star. Bedfellows. Okay. That could be quite interesting. Gosh. There'll be a lot to discover, I think, in this deck. The temple. That's like one of those clocks, isn't it? That goes round and round. Oh, Patrick's got an amazing imagination. Automaton. Very Victorian feel to that. Victorian, Edwardian? I don't know. Oh, Mandrake. I love the Mandrake in the Botanical Oracle. I really like that one. Oh, Mercurius, so presumably Mercury. Interesting, this headgear here. Decapitating people for some reason. The Glutton. One of the 7 deadly sins, isn't it? The Cauldron. So we've got, is that the 3 witches in the cauldron? Utopia. Oh, we're dreaming about a better world. Dreaming about winning the lottery, maybe. Punishments. There's another image Patrick's got with fire coming out of somebody's backside. I'm sure there is. It's either that or in Hieronymus Bosch, which it sort of reminds me a little bit of Hieronymus Bosch. Layla. I always think of the song Layla. You got me on my knees, Layla. Beg you, darling, please. Hey, the drunkard. He's actually in the barrel. Oh dear. The ladder. Is that Jacob's ladder? Sophia. Goddess, I think. Pedigree. Okay, so that's our ancestry. Heraldic motif, maybe. Homunculus. A lot of these cards have got the sun and moon motif on either side. I've noticed that. Separation. Well and truly separated. Seraph. Melancholy. We've got some more blood going on here, and she's stabbing her own heart. Oh, had a letter that you didn't like. Oh dear, we've got some nasty thoughts going around our head. I was going to commit suicide, I think, by the looks of that. Just about to commit suicide and jump off that cliff. It's a sad image. The Count. Oh dear. Now then. Moving swiftly on from the harlots. Having a nice time. The grotto. So we're peering out here. Definitely does. It does. It reminds me of the Hieronymus Bosch. The sentry, not doing his job very well. There's a comet going past there. Fast asleep, on duty. The Ruby Queen. The Fawn. Or is it Pan? Piety. Oh, alrighty. The Mermaid. And we have pyramids. The Old Devil. He's lost part of the horn there, look. I like this. The face is on the knees, like we're going forward. This is the way we're going. Purgation. Oh, okay. I'm going to chop it down. The tree doesn't look very happy about that. Oh, look at that. Look at the eye on that. Oh, look at that. The eyes are amazing. Domination. Oh. For the crown. Is this the war between kings, maybe? Maybe. Rebis. It's got male and female there. And snakes. Deliverance. Oh, saving the saviour. Knight in shining armour. Come to save the day. Ouroboros seeing its own tail and then regenerating to eat its own tail again. We've got blood dripping down there. A golden sun in the middle. Here are the twins. Yes, they are conjoined. This is the Z card. So this is showing the twins that they are actually conjoined. Now that it's interesting because... Where was that other card? It looked like... So where's the other arm? Because they're conjoined in different places here, look. Here they're conjoined at the waist, and they're not there, they're conjoined at the shoulders, for the arms, and here they've got the arms independently. So yeah, maybe Patrick changed his mind about how they were conjoined. These are the alternative cards. Okay. Alright, so let's have a little look. So this is Celestia, the alternative. So put them side by side. I like this one. Okay, that's Celestia. The Cauldron. Yeah. This is a little rougher really, I suppose. I like it though. I mean, I like the fact that this motif is there because that is one of Patrick's motifs. Here the eye seems to be upside down. And we've got a skeleton as opposed to a full face. Yeah. Okay. Ah! That's funny. The first thing I saw was the sun. Look at that sun face. And then we have this sun face. So they're quite different. I like this. I like this little face here. I'm actually veering towards the alternative cards as opposed to the ones that I chose for the main deck. Okay. The Old Devil, 45. I don't think Ellie's 45. Anyway, the Old Devil. I like this one. Definitely, I like this one. And it's the opposite horn that's come away or been shorn off. I like the face. I don't know. I like this one much better. Ah, this is interesting, isn't it? That I'm actually veering towards the alternative cards. And then Ouroboros, number 50. I like the sun type glyph there in the background of this card, but I like the facial features of this one. I prefer those wings to those. And we've got a different landscape as well. I like this landscape with the pyramids and the river going through, rather than like a town scene. And like these along the edge, these thorny type shapes look a little harsher on this one. Oh, and the teeth. Look at the teeth. Interesting. Okay, so that's the deck. 50 cards of wonderful Patrick Valenza art. I shall enjoy playing with these. So I just actually paused the video there because as I was going through the artwork of these cards, amazing cards, I kept thinking these remind me of something. They just reminded me of something, and then I realised what it was. It's Hieronymus Bosch, who there's a tarot deck actually, Hieronymus Bosch Tarot, which Rockpool Publishing, which I have done a walkthrough of, but never actually uploaded. Well, I've uploaded it, that's a lie. I uploaded it, but I've never published it. So maybe I will, but the lighting was a bit dark on it, which was why I didn't. So there's a famous painting called The Garden of Earthly Delights. This tarot deck, this Hieronymus Bosch tarot deck, takes the images from that painting and parts of the whole painting and made a tarot deck of it. And this is by Travis McHenry. So this is the guidebook here. It's a beautiful, beautiful packaged deck. Maybe I will publish that other video. I'll have a look at it and see just how dark it is. Anyway, back to the subject. So Hieronymus Bosch was around, I think, the 1500s. Let's have a look. Yeah, 1450. And died in 1516 at the age of 66. Okay, so yeah, late 1400s he would have been prevalent. And here in the back is an image from the Earthly Delights, the Garden of Earthly Delights. So you can see it's quite surreal. That's probably the one that most people recognise there, which interestingly isn't in the deck. That one is there. So they've taken sort of parts of the image and included them to make a tarot deck, and it's a very strange one because it hasn't got it's not the same structure as Rider-Waite-Smith. Anyway, yeah, I'll see what that video is like, and then if it's watchable I'll upload it. If not, I might redo it actually. Anyway, so I thought, yeah, this really does remind me of Hieronymus Bosch type artwork. I mean, if you look at the figure here in Redemption and then here, I think you can sort of see that's the sort of period of art that maybe Patrick is pulling from for inspiration. So I'll just go through a few more cards in the Hieronymus Bosch just to sort of illustrate what I mean. So this angel type figure here sort of reminds me of that sort of style. Possibly. That's one I thought of. Let's find some other examples. So here we have the drunkard, and then in Hieronymus Bosch we also have a figure in a barrel, the barrel boy. So that's sort of similar. I mean, obviously they're not the same, but I don't know, it just sort of reminded me a little bit of, maybe it's just me, but yeah, it sort of reminded me a little bit of that style, if you like, of artwork. You know, we've got the sentry here and the illumination there. So I was just sort of picking up on these similarities. Like here we've got the surgeon, and when I was going through the deck and saw the doctor, it brought that to mind. It brought that image to mind. What else? We have the sin of sloth here, and then we have the glutton. So it's a similar theme, done in a different way obviously, but yeah, it's a similar theme, isn't it? Gluttony, the sin of sloth, and so, you know, going through the sort of biblical type references there. The fantastical type of animals as well that Patrick excels at. Reminded me of Bosch. So what do we have here? You know, we've got a fish come platypus come I don't know what in there. So yeah, very surreal type imagery. I mean, this one here as well is very surreal, isn't it? There's lots of examples of that sort of artwork, and I just think it's fantastic. It's fantastical. What else? What did this one remind me of? Maybe that one. We've got a figure underneath a cloak here, underneath the garments, although this actually is being someone sitting on him. So there's a little bit different, but yeah. there's that. What else? And like I said before, Patrick has sort of had figures with fire coming out of the backsides before, but Bosch has quite a few that type of image. So here we've got someone with some coins coming out of the bottom. We've got someone coming with an arrow out of his bottom. We've got some flowers. So yeah, it's a motif that Hieronymus Bosch did sort of use quite a bit. And of course, yeah, like the fantastical creatures that Bosch incorporated. And the rats here. I don't really know what that bird's supposed to be, if it's a bird, but it's actually eating someone with a cherry out of their bottom. So yeah, an aperitif. And we've got some figures in bowls underneath. Really interesting deck, actually. So anyway, obviously it's not the same, but I can sort of see references there. So maybe Patrick did draw references from the famous surreal artists in his own work. I'm sure he did, actually. Let me just say, the edges of this deck are absolutely amazing. Love them. I've never seen that colour on a deck before. Well, a deck that I own anyway. Gorgeous. So yeah, so that's just something that occurred to me. I love this deck. I love this sort of art style. And do you know what? I never used to. It used to creep me out. I used to think, oh God, no, I can't deal with it. But then when I started dealing with it, and I think there's a clue there, isn't it? The things that we avoid or we don't like have a message for us. And that's certainly been the case with the Deviant Moon. The Deviant Moon is illuminating, I think is the word. It's made me see tarot in a whole other way, a brilliant way. And hopefully this deck will do the same as an oracle deck. It will have layers to it that are going to be very revealing for me, personally. I love this deck. I like the older images as well. I like the alternative ones, as I said before. So anyway, I mean, that is also reminds me a little bit of Nicola, what's the name? Nicola Ciccoli deck. The Nicola Ciccoli Oracle and the Nicola Ciccoli Tarot deck. These sort of triggering images, if you like. If you're from a certain time of life where capital punishment was the norm, then images like this are part of our psyche, I think. I mean, this one, why are we purging this tree? Is it for our benefit, or is it for the tree's benefit and the tree doesn't realise it yet? Is it for its own good? In fact, like I said, I've just been gardening, so that's quite relevant. But yeah, the sin of gluttony. There's quite a few biblical sort of, if you were brought up in religion and religion sort of triggers you, I think this could as well be a deck you could use to work alongside. That will help, I think. And this sort of imagery, this reminds me of other art styles as well. And this is quite scary, really, isn't it? But I think that's the whole point, is to actually face these things head on and don't let them fester. Don't let fear be your bedfellow. And I think that's a good message to actually end on. Actually, do not let your fears live with you night and day. Don't let them into your dreams. Don't let them into your psyche. If they're there, then, shadow work. Maybe this is a shadow work deck. Anyway, I'm waffling on now, so I'll stop. But yeah, all to say, I like this deck and I shall be working with it. And thank you so much for watching, and until the next time, friends, bye.